Sonos Ace, AirPods Max. Which one is worth your hard-earned cash? Well, I won't make you wait until the end of this video, but I will say I highly recommend watching the whole thing just because I'm going to walk through what is important to me when making this decision, and you might have different needs when it comes to headphones. But for me, I think it's the Sonos Ace. These are hands down some of the best headphones on the market right now. So when it comes to overall design and comfort, that's kind of where you got to start. Do you like the look of it? And then most importantly, do you like the feel of them on your head? I do like the look of both headphones. I think they're both sleek, modern, minimal, an aesthetic that I typically enjoy. I actually think I like the AirPods Max a little bit more in this scenario. They're kind of my favorite looking headphones. The premium materials and this modern design is really nice. And you certainly feel all of that as well when you pick them up. There's coolness to the metal ear cups and it's kind of nice. Unfortunately, that's a major flaw when it comes to comfort. So I got to go with the Sonos Ace in that department. These are made up of plastic on the ear cups, which might not feel or look as nice, but they are way more comfortable for long periods of use. If you've ever tried AirPods Max before and you were turned off by the heavy clamping that goes on the sides of your face and the ears, the Sonos Ace lay gently on your head and it's very comfortable for extended sessions. Now, in terms of the buttons, the AirPods Max are the more minimal option, but both pairs provide all of the controls and functions that I need quickly, so I really don't have any strong opinion towards one way or the other. They offer basic playback controls and the ability to switch from noise cancellation to transparency, or what Sonos calls aware mode, and you can do that easily, and those are really all the functions that I need. Oh, and you get a power button, at least on the Sonos Ace. So you know what? Maybe I do have a preference because I've always wanted a power button on the AirPods Max. Yes, when you stop using them, they go into ultra low power, but I just want to turn them off. And you can do that on the Sonos Ace. You can't actually do that via a button on the AirPods Max, so something to keep in mind there. I do like this little multi-function content key on the Sonos Ace. It does feel right, but I can't really knock the digital crown. I mean, there's nothing better than turning this thing around and just the feeling of the edges around the crown. I don't know, I just really like using it. Now the headbands have a very similar telescopic band design here. You can see the stainless steel on the Sonos Ace as well as the AirPods Max. They both kind of have a similar look and feel to it. But as far as the rest of the bands, they're both pretty different. Apple went with the rubber surrounding the mesh fabric here at the top, and Sonos went with kind of a plastic top layer, and then the bottom part is vegan leather. I don't really have a strong preference for the bands. I like them both. I think they both get the job done. Now the ear cups, these are both easily removable on each pair, both via magnets. You can swap them out, buy replacements. That's cool. I like that. Apple uses kind of a mesh fabric. Sonos uses the vegan leather. I think people don't like vegan leather, so this might be kind of a big deal for you. I feel like a lot of complaints that I've seen were that, vegan leather gets really sweaty after long periods of use. I really haven't had that problem. Honestly, yeah, they get a little warm, but I don't know, unless I'm like outside in the sun, I feel like these are fine. I think they're both just as good. I really don't have a preference with the ear cups, but I like that they're both magnetic and can easily be changed out. Sound quality, out of the box, without any tweaks, I gotta say it's pretty close. I think the Sonos and AirPods Max both lean pretty neutral in sound profile. There's good bass, it's not overbearing. You got plenty of, mids and highs that are just peaking in at the right time. Spatial audio, Dolby Atmos, I think it really is pretty good for both headphones. I mean, they're great, but they're very close. So I'll probably lean Sonos, but I mean, I could be, swayed either way. The cool part is that the Ace can get even better with an adjustable EQ. It's not a crazy EQ, but you can adjust the bass and the treble and make things even more to your liking, and so I do kind of like what I end up with. ANC and Transparency. ANC is very good on both, but I really do think I got to go to the Sonos ones for ANC. I was blown away at the demo that I did, and I've been testing it out myself. I feel like I'm getting less sound leaking in from the outside world than the AirPods Max, but again, they're both really good. Transparency, usually AirPods are really hard to match. I feel like they've just nailed it when it comes to transparency. Aware mode on this is still really good, but transparency kind of always goes to the transparency king, and that's the AirPods Max. Now, one of the bigger selling points for these two specific pairs of headphones compared to others is that they both have an ability to have very little latency and an easy way to connect to your TV. However, they both require additional devices. They both have Dolby Atmos and spatial audio capabilities, but I was blown away by Sonos and its spatial audio for movies and TV shows. The AirPods Max are no strangers in this department and have been leaders of the section for me for a long time. Comparing it to Bose and Sony, yeah, they can technically connect to your TV, but it's not as seamless, it's not as integrated into the ecosystem, and also you don't get the capabilities that you get with the AirPods Max. Now, the thing is, it's going to kind of depend on which ecosystem you're already in, because there is an additional cost, whether you're involved with Apple or Sonos. So for starters, both headphones, as I mentioned, can pair with your iPhone or iPad and deliver Dolby Atmos and spatial audio with head tracking. Now, if you want to do this on the TV with the AirPods Max, you will require an Apple TV box, which starts at $129, and maybe you already have one. The Sonos Ace requires a Sonos soundbar. Now at launch, the only compatible soundbar is the Sonos Arc, which retails for around $719-ish, according to the last time I checked on Google. In a future update, the cheaper, more budget-friendly options like the first and second gen Sonos Beam and the Sonos Ray will be compatible with Ace headphones. So if you have any one of those soundbars already, this will work, and you can bring the cost down quite a bit if you decide to go with the budget soundbars that they offer. So it really kind of depends on what devices you already have that work well with these headphones, or which one is more appealing to you if you're starting from scratch. Do you want to replace the UI and the way you watch content with an Apple TV box, or is your audio game lacking and you were already thinking about getting a soundbar and you want to use headphones for when the family goes to sleep, or you just want more of an intimate setting and you don't want to disturb others around you? Then yeah, it might make sense to get a Sonos Arc, beef up your sound game for everyone else when they're around you, and then when you want a more quiet option, toss on the headphones. But yeah, otherwise they both connect with the TV by just a few button presses, whether it's via the Apple TV or you press the content key that'll automatically pair with your Sonos Arc or whatever future Sonos product it becomes compatible with. They're very fantastic for watching content and even like gaming too. The latency is low for everything, but with more intense games, maybe playing Call of Duty or something, I probably wouldn't do this. Also, the mic quality is probably not the best for those types of titles. So again, if you're playing like a really easy game and you just want audio, this will definitely get you by. Lastly, a few rapid fire points. The carrying case. Not even a competition here. It's the Sonos Ace 1000%. It's an actual case, not whatever this thing is that you get with the AirPods Max. Apple does have the one-tap pairing across all devices in its ecosystem, and that is a major advantage to me, honestly. That's just something you don't get with the Sonos Ace. If you're constantly switching between phone, tablet, computer, and TV, and these are all within the Apple ecosystem, it might be a bit easier and more efficient with AirPods Max. But to me, it's not a huge deal breaker, but it is something I do miss. Battery goes to the Sonos Ace. You do get about 30 hours of battery, which is what is advertised, and that is what I was getting. Standby's like forever, and if you turn off ANC and spatial audio, you get even more. Only 20 hours for the AirPods Max with both ANC and spatial audio. USB-C on Sonos Ace, Lightning on AirPods Max. Still, a refresh is coming down the pipeline at some point. We expect that to get a USB-C port. It's not going to be a massive update, so I wouldn't, really worry about buying a pair now or later unless you really want USB-C, but, that's going to be coming at some point. The last thing here is price, and perhaps the most important part if you just want to get the cheapest option. The AirPods Max retail for $549, but they are quite old and can be found on sale for under $499, maybe $449 at times. As of right now, I did a quick Google search, and I'm seeing it for $549 still, so it's still at that retail price. The Sonos Ace retails for $449, so if that's a deal breaker for you, it's kind of a no-brainer. $449 compared to $549, you can save yourself $100. Honestly, these are some of my favorite headphones right now, and I think anyone who's invested in Sonos already and loves to have great sound for music and a great option for easily connecting to your TV to get great Dolby Atmos and spatial audio, you'll love the Sonos Ace. But of course, for those who are huge Apple fans and have a lot invested in the Apple ecosystem, the AirPods Max will not disappoint. And if you are looking to use these with your TV and you have an Apple TV already, well then maybe you go with the AirPods Max. But of course, I would love to hear from you in the comments down below. What do you think? If you're thinking about buying either one, which way are you leaning? If you have either one, you probably don't have the Sonos Ace quite yet, but if you place an order, let me know why. Just go ahead and put those down in the comments below. This has been Dan with MacRumors. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you around in the next video.